What's going on, friends? Welcome to another edition of Friday Fables and Short Stories here at Step Up to Greatness with me, your storyteller and your greatness facilitator, Dustin Gruss. What I like to do here with these stories and fables is to dissect them and take out the moral of the story or the nugget of wisdom that we would normally teach to our children and see if it still applies to us today as adults. Now, this week's book is from the cartoon series Puppy Dog Pals, and it's an episode that they turned into a little golden book, and the episode is Walking the Bob. Now, Puppy Dog Pals is a cute show on Disney Junior, the Disney Channel, and it's one that my boys love watching, and I like watching it with them. And I look for the nuggets of wisdom and morals to the story when I'm watching it with them. And this one, when we got this book for my kids, I saw this and thought, wow, there is a lot of good stuff in there. So let's unpack this episode for you. Bob here, who is the owner of the puppies, is getting some kind of medical treatment done to his eyes. Perhaps his pupils dilated, something that limits his ability to see, and he has to wear dark glasses as he leaves and makes his way home. Now, a couple things jump out at me right away with this story. One is, why was Bob able to take his dogs to the eye doctor when they're puppies and definitely not seeing eye dogs, and he isn't a blind person that normally can't see? So why was he able to take his puppies there? But it's a kid's show, so it's how they came up with the premise to this story, to this episode. Two, why was there no neighbor or friend or family member that was able to take Bob to his eye doctor appointment and back? Again, kid story, I don't know. Bob gets his pupils dilated or whatever treatment he has done, and he can't see very well, and he starts to make his way home with the dogs. And they notice right away that he's not going quite in the right direction that he needs to. And they try to help steer him back, but he is very determined that, being the human, he knows where he's going. Not to mention, they're dogs and they can't really talk to him as we would normally talk to each other. They can only try to steer him and keep him out of trouble. And that's what they did for pretty much the majority of the rest of the episode. Is they kept him from getting hurt, they kept him from getting too far off track, but other than that, he got into the things he got into, and some hilarity ensued. Like, he went into a music store, thought he was buying some flowers for his neighbor, but it was a music store and it was actually just a handful of various drumsticks, drum brushes, things like that. And the other part that made me think was, okay, why is he buying flowers for his neighbor when he couldn't get them to bring him to and from the eye doctor? Again, kid story. Another thing Bob did was he went into the grocery store and thought it was the grocery store. Thought he was getting the largest orange he'd ever seen, and it was a basketball, and it was definitely rough on his teeth when he went to bite it. Why he didn't try peeling it first if he thought it was an orange, again, I don't know. Kids story, kids book. But there is a moral to this story, and we're going to get to that in a second. The dogs gently guide him, make sure he did get home eventually, and safe and sound. And again, there was a bunch of cute, funny things that happened within the episode. Definitely check it out. But the moral of the story is, you have people in your life, in your inner circle especially, who love you and are willing to help you. That's right. The moral of the story is, you have people who are willing to help you. Could be a family member, could be your significant other, could be a brother, sister, aunt, uncle, co-worker. You have people that are willing to help you. You just gotta know to look for it. Now again, seems kind of silly saying that as the moral of the story when Bob couldn't get someone else to take him to the eye doctor. It was just his puppies, but that is Bob's inner circle, his dogs and his cat that he has at home, and his robo dog. Again, kids Very cute, funny stuff. But he had people helping guide him, make sure he didn't do something that would hurt him or lead him severely off course. Which brings us to our reflection questions. The first two reflection questions, I'm going to ask you if you are someone that is normally giving someone advice or trying to help other people. First question is, are you gently guiding someone? What I mean by that is when you know someone is on a path that's probably not the best for them, are you just blatantly telling them, oh, you're doing the wrong thing, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna make a mistake? Or are you trying to help gently nudge them and redirect them in a way that's going to save them from some of the heartache? And are you letting them know that you're there by being by their side and being there to cheer them up like a dog would when they know their owner is sad? Are you being gentle with others when you try to give that advice and help direct them? I know there's definitely been times where I've definitely been on the path to a wrong decision, and I had friends and family that pretty much waited for me to open the door, saying like, I'm kind of questioning this, I'm kind of doubting this is the right thing for me, before they really spoke up. And they're like, hey, you were doing something that made you seemingly happy at that moment, and we didn't want to take that away from you, but we were waiting for you to realize that it wasn't going to be in your best interest to continue down that path. So that is the first reflection question. Are you guiding gently? Second question, have you given up on someone because they didn't listen to your advice? That's one that, I told them not to do that and they still did it. I told them again and again and again, but they kept making their own decisions, and look what happened to them. They still got hurt. And then you gave up on them and you left them to pick up the pieces on their own. Have you done that to anyone? Because telling someone while you're trying to help them avoid mistakes and avoid heartache, they still have something within them that is leading them down that road to make that decision to live their life the way that they feel is meant to be for them. And what they don't need is someone telling them what to do, how to think, how to act. They just need someone to help be there and pick up the pieces for when it's falling apart, or catch them if they start to fall, and to lift them back up, dust off their shoulders, help brush off their pants, and continue on their way. So which part are you playing? Are you getting frustrated and upset with someone because they're not listening to you? Or are you gently guiding them and helping pick them back up when they do fall? I hope it's the latter. And third reflection question, putting yourself in the place of Bob in this scenario. What have you been blind to in your life? What mistakes have you been making because you aren't paying close attention? Are you thinking you're picking up flowers but you're picking up drumsticks? Are you making mistakes that you probably could have avoided? Are you turning help away because you're so obsessed and fascinated with this particular object or activity or outcome that you're not seeing the signs that, maybe I should turn around. Maybe I'm heading in the wrong direction. My destination isn't this way. Perhaps my home that my dogs are trying to lead me to is that way. Maybe I should be willing to listen to other people. So those are your reflection questions today. How are you helping people, and how are you helping yourself? And again, the biggest moral here is you have people that are willing to help. Sometimes, and another point here I just want to bring up when it comes to helping people, sometimes people don't need you to solve the problem for them. They just need you to listen. They just need to have that verbal diarrhea and just get everything out of their system. And that's okay. And I know it can be frustrating sometimes if people keep making the same mistake over and over and over, but those are still the mistakes for them to make, and eventually they will learn and they will be eternally grateful for you being that friend that was there for them and willing to help them. So there you have Walking the Bob with Puppy Dog Pals. I'm pretty sure we have another Puppy Dog Pals book that I'll do down the line. Again, cute show, definitely recommend it. It's definitely something that you could binge. It's something we binge watched during the pandemic and shut down last year, and it just is a cute, funny show. So again, know that you have people willing to help. I am someone willing to help. If you're going through some things in your life and you feel like you need some direction, you're not sure what you're looking to do, feel free to contact me, Dustin at stepuptogreatness.com. I'd be happy to help kind of work through some things with you. You can always find more Friday Fables short stories here on my YouTube channel, or through my Instagram TV, or all things greatness and greatness facilitating at www.stepuptogreatness.com. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear if there's a story or a fable that you remember being told or read to as you grew up, and you want to hear my spin on it and what I can pull from it. Please feel free to comment that and send me your suggestions. For now, keep moving forward, step up to greatness, get out of here, go be great.